Alright, what's good? Welcome to another episode of Plug In, that hip hop debate talk show where we talk about hip hop, music, rap, the culture. You know what I'm saying? There's everything surrounding hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm your boy, Marlon, alongside my co-host.
What up, world? You already know who it is. If you don't know, it's your boy Real, RMK Studio. That's where you can find us at.
So let's get right into it. We got several topics, you know what I'm saying, on the board right now, but what I want to talk about right now is this nigga Takeshi 6ix9ine got 2 years.
Two stinking years? That's it. Only 2 years.
I thought he was going to get out right away. I ain't even going to lie to you.
And he got time served, so he might get out, like, literally, figure they say 2 years, 6 months from now, he'll be running around here in summertime. I don't know, man.
Yeah, summertime for good behavior.
Summertime.
You know he's going to hold his head down in prison and shit.
The summertime snitch tape is coming out, you know what I mean? It's going to be snitch tape. That's all it's going to be.
I mean, for 2 years and shit, you know what I'm saying? That's very fucking lenient to what he was supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, I thought he was going to get out. I mean, when I heard 2 years, I was saying to myself in my head, all that snitching?
Only 2 years?
In 2 years? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, for all that snitching,
you should have got out right away, my nigga.
He should have got out right away, but I mean, honestly, I'm happy they gave him some sort of time. I wish they'd have gave him more time. Like, I hate
it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, but then again, there's victims, there's people that's actually involved in this that didn't benefit from him being, well, they benefited from him being locked up, but they didn't benefit from he being around, so to speak. So, I mean, end of the day, for all the shit he did, he's just going to get back out. Let's see how he's accepted in the music
Alright,
world.
so he has victims and shit. What the judge should have said, alright, instead of doing fucking 2 years, Now I'm saying, I'm gonna just let you go for time served this shit. You know what I'm saying? And your future proceeds from your fucking albums and concerts, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to the fucking families.
That's saying if he was gonna have a music career after this. I mean,
of course, gonna have a music career.
That's what everybody swears.
He signed a fucking how many $10 million deal or some shit like that. I don't know if I'm bugging or not.
Man,
he signed a couple M's though.
I mean, if people are still gonna support him and be out there like we fans of Takeshi, I don't know about y'all people. I mean, but that's between him and his fans. I'm obviously not a fan. I mean, I can't be a fan of somebody who promoted all that violence and then took the route out he did. You're supposed to live by your words and die by your words, not be some shit where it's like, I'm gonna say all this, stir the pot, and then when everybody's like, yo, you got charges now, people getting locked up, you're supposed to hold your head and just keep that shit to yourself, not sell everybody out as you did. So, and the bad part about it is,
he ain't no gangster, bro. He's just,
we see.
You know what I'm saying? He was just pretending in this life, you know what I'm saying?
All we can say to that is, damn, Daniel. Damn, son. And like, yo, shit like that. It goes beyond saying that this generation's a little bit different. Because if y'all motherfuckers just
that's
go back
what I'm saying. Like,
it,
I don't think they're gonna fuck. I think they still will fuck with this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because of this generation with it.
And again, that's sad, fam. That really is. It should be some shit where people get condemned or, just let them learn this lesson first before y'all just bring him back into the fray of being cool with everybody and just accepting what he is for what he is. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Speaking of Takeshi, this nigga tay-k got convicted for 55 fucking years.
That nigga doing Jordan numbers. I remember when Jordan dropped 55. I think it was on the Knicks of that. You know what I mean? That was a monumental moment in sports history. 55. Great fucking number. Not when you're doing jail time. That's some shit that, alright, you might also say, yo, we gave you a life sentence. I don't know if they just said, it's pretty much
sounds like a fucking life sentence,
yeah,
bro.
but it's not like they said 55 with chance of parole after 25 or 30.
Exactly.
I didn't hear that.
Yo, like, damn, my nigga, like, this thing is gonna get out when he's a fucking old man. Like,
and the question
all green shit, fucking rocking chair type
was he even
shit.
a shooter?
You know what I'm saying?
Was he even a shooter?
Nah, he ain't a shooter, but I heard, you know what I'm saying, he voluntarily participated in this shit.
Yeah, I mean, riding the car is voluntary participating.
I heard the nigga ask for a gun for himself, bro. Like,
that nigga's
you know what I'm saying? That's premeditated, my nigga.
Absolutely. But again, on the flip side of things, not to be victim shaming or hating, like, he legitimately hurt a family. That family doesn't have that daughter to go home to anymore, son to go home. People lose lives, and then they have to deal with that. That's the other part of the equation. So I mean, even the family might be looking at that like 55 ain't enough. Maybe they wanted a death sentence. Who knows? But shit like that, man, like you live in the moment, you live by those decisions, and certain decisions, I know he could go wish he went back and be like, nah, I wish I wasn't there, or I even partake in that shit.
I know that nigga must be crying right now.
Whew, baby.
Shit,
I hope not. I mean, cry to yourself. Don't let it be seen. You
of course,
jail, homie.
But I'm just saying. Like,
but yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, that's some emotional shit. Like, to know you ain't never coming back out.
My nigga, you ain't even 18 yet. That's the fucking thing. You haven't even lived.
Yo,
yet,
you ain't had no type of fun yet, nigga. Like,
I doubt that nigga even left Texas, son.
So you ain't even experienced the world, and you was about to blow up.
Like, damn, you could have been like out touring and shit. Like, for real, my nigga. Like,
absolutely.
55 fucking years, bro.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he kind of did deserve it, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we can't take that away from him.
But at the same time, he's just a kid.
Of course, it is what it is. But babies gotta learn too. Like, you can't do adult shit and not accept it or not deal with the consequences, man.
Yeah, but by the time that nigga come out of jail, bro, that nigga gonna be fucking uncivilized.
And
like,
even if he comes out, because he
pretty much grew up in fucking prison, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and the thing about it is once you get institutionalized,
yeah, that shit does shit to your mind, bro.
The thing about it is, the minute you in there, you're a number. Like, you're in jail, you're done. They're not trying to let you out. You're cheap labor for the rest of the country. Nobody cares. I mean, we can go through countless stories of people telling you how bad jail is, and it is what it is. So now you had a career that was about to start and bloom. You can't even live off the profits of that. You can't do nothing with that money. That money can't even go back to your fam like that. It's just a sad situation. And at the end of the day, it's like prison used to be for reforming criminals to get them to a better mind state, and then trying to put them back out to the world, so to speak.
It's slavery, bro.
It's slavery. Yeah, absolutely right.
It's a fucking $1 million business. I'm gonna get too deep into that shit.
Nah, but you're right, and that's the problem why people they quick to send people off to jail like that, because it is a money maker. There's nothing more or less than more money being made by everybody in there. Cheap labor. Like, you're paying people like 50 cents a day, and that's being generous. I've heard somewhere wages up to 12 cents a day, some shit like that. Can you imagine working for 8 hours for 12 fucking cents in this day and age? I mean, of course, they don't have to pay rent, lights, or utilities, but get the fuck out of here. At the end of the day, like 12 cents a day? Yo. And then that company turns around and makes millions off of what the items they sell or whatever they make in there. So, yeah, it's a racket.
Speaking of all these dudes going to jail and shit, you know what I'm saying? We're going to segue into a little subtitle.
Okay.
That's the fucking problem. All these successful artists and shit. I'm saying? These niggas fucking get rich, they get fucking famous and shit, you know what I'm saying? They have the ability to help others and family and loved ones, and it's all fucking bullshit. Listen, what's the problem with these artists?
I think it's like, I don't know. I'm going to take it as a movie analogy real quick. Like, y'all ever seen, like, Rocky 3? It's a throwback. Like, Rocky 3 story was...
Which one? Was that when you went to Russia?
Nah, that's the one before you went to Russia. This is the one with Mr. T, where he was fighting Clubber Lang, Mr. T, whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole story was he was on the champion. He's been on top. He got to that point where he's comfortable. He's beating people up left and right in all cases, but he's comfortable, and then he just loses his title. So now he ain't that motherfucking hungry. He's not that person. He's not the same. Doesn't have that same hunger. With these artists, like, they get to these certain positions where they just, I got it, so I can do whatever I want. But they not in that certain position, and sometimes it fucks them up. They think they got it. They exploit themselves. They realize their money ain't right. They fuck around. They ain't do their right accounting. 2 years later, 4 years later, these people don't have no money. Then let's talk about the jail aspect. Like, how do you become a successful artist and now you're joining a gang? You're gang affiliated. I mean, I'm not trying to talk about whatever y'all do is whatever y'all do, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you feel comfortable with. But most gang niggas will tell you they're struggling to get out of that shit. You don't get money and get into it.
That's a for life shit though. That gang shit.
Yo, absolutely. That shit is definitely for life. But and I'm not here to knock the culture. It's not about knocking the culture, anything of that, yo. It's just more or less like, at the end of the fucking day, yo, really though, gangs, let me just say it like this to gangs, right? And please don't shoot me. But yo, we have a bigger enemy. If you're a gang of a color, and you are of a color, see what I'm pointing at? You got a bigger enemy. Focus your power and your struggle on them and gain some more respect. Like, I wouldn't have a problem if everybody was blood and Crips and we was all black people. I wouldn't have no problem with that. We all blood and Crips and we was banging against every other race that was inflicting powers or problems on us. I know I'm getting mad political and not going off the rap shit, but I'm just saying that to say this, like, people need to use the power they have for the shit they need to. You a rapper, now you in the game. Alright, if you in that game, influence them to do something more or less positive or for something better versus, you know, usual shit. I'm just saying, it's a different time and age and people need to wake the fuck up.
This is what I think is a problem with society. You know what I'm saying? It's the fucking drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking yes man.
Definitely.
I mean,
a lot of those.
And it's fucking, these are fucking children of the fucking post-crack epidemic.
Yeah, man.
So a lot of these niggas ain't got no fucking mothers or father figures around them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these niggas is wild now. You know what I'm saying? That's the other problem. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, these niggas don't know how to spend money. Poor money management. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't know how to invest, how to save, you know what I'm saying? How to, you know what I mean? How to invest.
That's the main thing. Like, the first thing is learn how to invest. You get all these money. First thing a nigga does, chains, whips, then cribs. Like, reverse that. Get your crib first. Get the mortgages going.
That's a fact.
Then, off that mortgage, get your car. Then off of that, let that feed that. And start investing in shit. I mean, I know there's some artists that's already on it like that, but there's a lot of young niggas that's coming up. They don't even have it together where it's like, yo, y'all don't have a game plan. It's just like, boom, I'm in the game. Bomb, I'm touring. I'm on all of my drugs. I'm on my lean. But what are you doing to make your money? Well, excuse me. We know what you're doing to make your money. What are you doing to
money? They said when
what are you doing to invest?
Exactly.
That's all it comes down to.
Like,
I mean,
like the old people say, you know what I mean? It's not what you make, it's how much you save.
Yeah, man. And that really comes back to you as you get older and you realize you ain't have insurance. Ain't no rappers with insurance. I don't know. There might be some producers with insurance because they in different unions and guilds, but ain't no rappers union. Not that I heard of. So you gotta really think about that. When y'all out here touring and doing everything, what are you looking towards in your future? Like, how are you investing that? There's artists I know from the 90s that are still hitting right now off of the hits they did in the 90s because they had a great deal. Or there's guys that just knew how to maneuver with the game.
Know. Most of these niggas,
not most of them.
They got fucked up.
Not most of them. There's some that are still
was a young
absolutely
at the time, and niggas didn't know what to do with it and shit.
But some niggas was smart enough to have that lawyer. Some niggas wasn't that smart, and now they're still trying to make up ground.
I would say most of the niggas.
Oh, I would say most niggas too. But what I'm saying is, some of them actually made it out.
I agree. But
some of them is
the majority of them got fucked.
Absolutely. All that to segue into this. So that Rick Rubin and Andre 3000 sat down, and basically Andre was explaining why he hasn't been making music, and I think it was a great thing that he was saying about it. More or less, he was really saying that, you know, he just hasn't been inspired to make certain music because, you know, it's been, sometimes music is so scrutinized and so looked at. And when you're first coming up and you're doing it, you're not put into that box. Like, people are not really looking at you to care so much. They're more or less like, oh, you do whatever, because you're not really focused on it. But when you achieve certain levels of success in music, it becomes a little bit harder to kind of come back and recreate that. Or you're already set to a certain standard. So right now, he's going through a little bit something. And the funny thing about it is, a lot of artists wouldn't be that vulnerable and let that come out. But I'm so happy he's done an interview like that and said that, because people go through that shit every day. That's some real shit. That's like he's really having writer's block, and he's just, yo,
he's having the longest writer's block. This niggas ain't here for like 10 years.
Yeah, it could be that. But when you have life going on, like you got family, there's other things going on. He's acted. And sometimes in the rap
He ain't been
game,
acting, bro.
yo,
What movie
he's
came
had,
in?
and over the last 10 years, he's had movies. He's had
The last movie with Andre fucking 3000 was that movie fucking Tyrese and fucking Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that was the Four Brothers.
You know
After that, he did
They do no more damn
he did a
movies.
Jimi Hendrix biopic. It wasn't out in the movies because they was trying to put it out in the movies. It didn't get released in movies. It got released publicly. And the thing about it, why it really didn't hit, is because they couldn't use Jimi Hendrix songs. So it was one of those things that artistically, the movie looked right because Andre looks like Jimmy. Let's not get it twisted.
100%.
But it was the whole thing of the music. You can't have the music there. That's going to kind of put a damper of the story you're trying to tell with this Jimi fucking Hendrix. But all I have to say that Andre's had different things going on in his life. I mean, if we want to put it on some gossip shit, we could blame everything on Erica. Because I swear, after Erica run through him, man, listen, men come out different.
Which one is worse? The Curse of the Erica Badu pussy or the Kardashians?
Are you asking me who I'd rather be with?
Nah.
Or what?
Which one is worse?
What? Let me see. What would I rather be on a desert somewhere screaming about God?
The Kardashian.
I think that is the worst one. But I mean, I think that the Kardashian curse is worse. But I think Erica's is better. But I don't know how we got onto them. Hey, but fatty, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, what it comes down to really is with Erica is like when she goes through a man, they come out different. They act different. They talk different. They definitely look different. Some may say they may act a different type of way. They're more open. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And with the case of Andre as a solo artist, I mean, if we want to say he had his history as a solo artist, we can look at the Love Below album. Great fucking body of work.
Thanks.
It's like we can look at Andre like me and my boy Classic was talking earlier. Like we can almost compare him to like what Lauryn Hill's album was when it came out. Because Lauryn Hill had that one great album that everybody knows, and then after that it's like, well, what happened to Lauryn? So it's like, what happened to Andre, so to speak? I mean,
and he hasn't given us his best. To me, in my opinion,
right?
He hasn't given us his best yet. Because even though the Love Below and Speak Box, it was the name of the album.
Yeah, I was Speak Box and Love Below. Speak Box.
I'm sorry.
With Big Boys, yeah.
Apologize. I mean, and even though they said that was a fucking individual album, both put together,
it was still an Outkast album.
It was still an Outkast album, and I said Andre 3000 has not given us his best yet.
Well, then,
now I'm saying,
I feel you on that.
So he owes us one. You know what I'm saying? You owe us.
I can dig that, or I can spin it like this. Maybe it's the fact that Andre has always been around Big Boy, right? And maybe he needs to be around his friend. Maybe they need to be in the studio in the space together to reconnect and rekindle that to get.
I'm pretty sure when he did the Love Below, he did it by himself. Maybe
so. I don't know. I mean, possibly yes, possibly no. But what I'm saying is just that kinship of being when you're a group member of a group. Like Andre wasn't a solo artist. Big Boy wasn't a solo artist. It was a group. So when they came up, it was like we used to them as a group. And of course, you also as an artist, when you used to that, you used to being able to be like, all right, well, I just got to write this. He can finish that part. I'll just do this part. So now when you don't even have that man around anymore, now you're really concentrating on doing everything your own producing, your own writing. It does become a lot. But on the same note, maybe he just needs to get back to that space of where he used to be. Not wherever, the mental space, not the physical, I got to be back at this place where I made music first. That helps too. But the mental space of just clearing his head and getting into that personal space. Like he said a great thing on that interview where he was like, it's like when you're a kid, you're a young kid and you're in your room, you're playing with your toys, you bang, bang, you shooting stuff, and then your mom's knocks on the door and it's like, Tim, and then you get thrown out of that world and you wake back up into reality. Same thing when you doing music as a producer. I completely understand him. Like, yo, you get into a space where you want to do music a certain way, or in your head, you know what you want it to be like, but you start tinkering with it. You're not really on it like that. You want to get back to that space where you can bang out like 30 beats in one night if you wanted to, and everything fire. And you're just like, well, hey, or 3 beats. It really depends on how you do. You know what I mean? Or what are you using? But You know what I mean? It just gets to that. So
yeah, but it's like Rick Rubin said. You got a point there, but it's like Rick Rubin says. At least make something like for your friends and shit. So
yeah,
hear your shit.
yeah.
Everybody ain't gotta hear your shit.
Absolutely, get your friends to start listening.
Yeah,
but
so you gotta start somewhere. Bro.
But see, all right, even spinning on that. Sometimes your friends could be, you can either have yes men around, or you can have your friends that be like, nah, that's trash, or you can have your friends be like, yo, that's dope. And sometimes when you're in the creative process, you may not necessarily want to hear, yo, well, that's trash, because that might mess up your process. So it's a real delicate space. You might need somebody to just be like, yo, all right, that's cool, but all right, just keep going. And it's all about how you word things and do things. Because when you're an artist, you're sensitive about your shit. See the pun with Erica and then see how I work that in. You know what I mean? So it's one of them things. And again, the Erica factor. I mean, let's look at Common right now. No, not even Common, because Common's put music out since Erica. I'll give you another dude that hasn't. Jay Electronica has not put... Let me not say that, because Jay Electronica, he'll drop stuff, but we haven't heard anything relevant since Exhibit A and Exhibit C, where it's like, alright, or maybe the radio hasn't played it for us. And that's just one of them things. Like, but that's another great artist. But 2 songs in, an album in, is like, well, what happened? You had Puffy screaming on your shit. You had Nas screaming on your shit. I'm not trying to get at you, Jay. Like, I think you're like you're probably one of them artists that get left out of the list of top 5, top 10. Like, you one of them dudes like you, Royce the 5'9". Y'all got the separate list, and even that list is kind of hard. Like, Crooked Eye, that's another one on that list where y'all get not said or spoken on. But y'all nice as shit. So, it's one of them things, my G. It's just one of them things. I guess that's the problem with successful artists, though. Like, going through things like that, having writer's block. Like, if Jay-Z would say this right now, like, yo, well, I don't feel like putting out music because, you know, I've done so many things.
Jay-Z ain't got to put no more music out.
See what I mean?
He did like fucking a million albums.
See what I mean? But now
you got... To me, Andre 3000 ain't put an album for himself out yet.
So that's the whole point. And that's where, again, and this is going back to what Andre was saying. There's people like us now having a conversation about something, even him talking about it, and he's like, that's putting pressure on him. So even if he was to look at this, he'll be like, well, damn, dog, y'all putting pressure on me just by even talking on it. So that's why I completely understand how he feels about it. It's a delicate situation. The only thing I can say to that is I wish you the best. I wish you to get back in that place. And when you do put out something, I think you'll be surprised that people, well, not even surprised, I think people are going to like it regardless, and you're going to have more love than more hate. That's just me.
I mean, likewise, you know what I'm saying? But I still think he owes us one. I agree with everything you said about it. I still think he owes us one.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Try to come out of this show, you know what I'm saying? Give us a little, it ain't even got to be a mixtape or an album.
Yeah, because
give us a little EP or something.
Because I'm telling you something, Big Boy, the shit he just dropped, whoo, that album is fire.
I didn't even know he dropped.
Yo, yeah, he dropped some, he got a single right now.
I'm being straight with you. I'm not even a big fan of that nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He got it.
Nah, see, I'm a fan because I'm a Tribe Called Quest fan, and they all, that's the same vein, Dungeon Family, Tribe. That's all like splits from Tribe. But he got a single with, I said CeeLo Brown, but it's CeeLo and Sleepy Brown. And the single is fire, yo. Like, it's that two-step vibe. It's that grown folks music. Like,
that's his wave, though.
That is definitely his wave.
I mean, that is Outkast's wave, to be honest.
Absolutely. And I just love the fact that he was always diverse with their shit, but they always had some original shit that we could all vibe to. So it was always cool, you know? True. Real quick, because we got a few more minutes, but this Nick Cannon and Eminem shit is kind of, it's going left, it's going right, up, down.
It's stupid.
It's fucking crazy, because right now, like, Nick Cannon's throwing out old tapes of stuff we know Eminem said, like, yo, about black girls back in the day. We got that copy. All white people say shit under the cover, and under just white people say shit about black people when we not around, and vice versa. We all know that. So, alright. The whole shit with them going back and forth over Mariah, it's old. I mean, the only one that's laughing about this right now is Mariah. Because this is more clickbait for her. She's getting more likes. Her Christmas songs doing phenomenal. She's a multi-millionaire. She don't have to do shit. And y'all talking about her crazy, so that only means that Mariah got that good poo-poo. And that's all good. You know what I mean? It's Mariah. We get it. But for y'all two to keep on going back and forth, Nick, I feel what Nick's doing. He's like, yo, trying to get 50 to come up there for the show for Wild 'N Out. That would be cool. It'd be nice if M hopped on Wild 'N Out. They just squash this all on the show. That'd be great for ratings and all that, but it's not gonna happen. I just think what happened was, it was like when you were in high school, y'all motherfuckers were snapping on each other, and it just got a little bit too heated. And M's a good snapper. Nick can't handle the snaps, so it's like, yo, I'm gonna battle you, man. I'm a battle rap. But we all know Nick bars. Not saying no, Nick, you got bars, my nigga. You're a very talented individual. But some people were just gifted with these word plays and intricate skedaddles and skips and way they do their shit, that it is what it is. And it's not to say the only one thing that's valid is everybody has their own opinion. Some people check for Eminem music, some people don't. But
most people don't check for Nick Cannon's music.
I didn't want to say it because Eminem.
Well, I'm gonna say it.
I didn't want to say it.
The only fucking song I like from fucking Nick Cannon was Gigolo. And I shouldn't even like it because fucking R. Kelly wrote that shit and sing on it.
Dang, and that might be the reason you like it. But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the shit on Nick, because Nick, as far as bars and verses, he's a good MC. It's just you have other people that have different skills and different levels to this shit. It's like anything else in life. Like, you're a great entrepreneur, mogul. Like, Nick Cannon run rings around certain people in the industry. As far as a mogul, like, how many motherfuckers you know that could walk away from
a rapper?
True. But how many motherfuckers you know that could walk away from NBC and be like, well, nah, I don't want to work with y'all. I'm good because y'all ain't like what I said, because I said a few nigga jokes about nigga be careful. Well, nigga, I'm out. Know what I mean? So, like, I can't knock that man ever. But on this rap shit, rest my case. Know what I mean? Well, on the rest of that case thing and on RIPs, Juice WRLD.
Yeah, we want to talk about Juice WRLD, which he fell out like about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was caught on some fucking drug charges and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga had about how many sessions? It was a lot of shit.
There was 77 pounds of marijuana on the plane. 77 pounds of marijuana on a motherfucking plane. And you want to swallow 8 pills? I wish I could play that Remy clip that Charlamagne be using. Nigga, is you dumb? Donkey of the day shit. He should have got the... You know what? I can't speak on dead people. Let me not disrespect. My bad. But again, if people can have redos and do-overs right now, or in life you can have that one-up like you playing Super Mario, it's one of them times.
Is this a situation where I was on the plane, but I can think about how he was acting. You know what I'm saying? He was in this situation where he saw the cops and shit. You know what I'm saying? How to get rid of the drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, alright, let me swallow this shit. He got a little nervous. He was thinking straight. You know what I mean? And this is why you need fucking yes men in your crew and shit.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Not yes men, but niggas to take that charge.
You need niggas to take that charge, but
because you're the money maker. If you go to jail, ain't nobody my nigga. Somebody gotta take that charge, bro.
I'm petty as fuck. I'll take it a step further. On certain drugs, there's warning labels. Don't take this drug with liquor. Don't take this drug with this. Nigga, why don't you take 7 of them thinking, well, I'm good, but I just had some drinks while I was on this plane. I just performed the night before, doing all this extra shit. Now these cops are boarding. I'm gonna pop these pills. Like, you was better off just taking the charge, plea bargaining, because what's gonna happen?
You got off on this shit.
All that's gonna happen, it would have been federal because you're on a plane, but you have on a private plane. So your lawyer would have argued that shit like, yo, private plane, certain rules, da da da. And I would have went back and forth, and I'd have been that. Before the way it blew up and the way it did, like, shit crazy. But the way it blew up and the way it did is crazy. How do you? And again, young man, young mind.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
Young man, young man.
Yeah.
He saw the car. It's understandable. He saw the car, he
it's
panic, and he swallowed shit.
I ain't gonna front. Everybody's had one of the moments when they dealt with the cops and it's like, oh shit, it's the cops.
Exactly.
But I've never had a moment, maybe because I'm not a pill popper. I was like, oh shit, the cops.
And I hope he doesn't get the whole sentence and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe they give him some time off, feel lenient and shit. You know what I'm saying? I would say maybe 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get it, man. I say it like this. When regards to Juice WRLD, hey, regards to Takeshi.
Nice knowing y'all niggas.
Yeah, for real, man. It's like, it's fucked up. If you could trade one for the other, I mean, yeah, it's just crazy. And I know we might be sounding crazy. They're probably looking at us like, yo, how y'all gonna talk about the nigga? Cause yo, listen, I mean, there's ways in this, certain things in life, like, if you know you doing something, accept what you doing and keep it moving. And accept the fucking consequences that come with it.
It's a fact. It's part of being a man.
Word. Key fact, part of being a man. A lot of niggas ain't men no more. Y'all niggas is on some real, I don't know, men bags and men purses, some sass in your sway. I don't know, my nigga. I don't know what type of day and time it is, but man up. That's what the podcast should be now. Telling
Man
niggas
up.
to man up. You know what I mean? Just like
the new name of the podcast, man up.
Word. Like, it should be on some shit. Like, come on. I don't understand how y'all out here doing things like that and then being like, no, I'm not gonna go to jail. I don't wanna go to jail. Shooting a nigga. You should get shot. I really believe an eye for an eye. I'm old school. It used to be other countries do this shit all the time. You steal something, they chop off your hand. You shoot a nigga, you get shot. You rape a nigga, you should get raped. How about that? I guarantee it'd be a bunch of rapes that'd be stopped if niggas was getting raped. Oh, you want to rape a nigga? We got a nigga for you.
Coming to a future near you.
You know what I mean? It'll be a nigga named Leroy. Maybe not a nigga. White boy named whatever. It'll be somebody in jail that's waiting for you. Just for you. But, yo, you know. I mean, so that's pretty much it for this week, man. I mean, anything else
man.
tomorrow?
Nah, man. We want to thank you all for checking out another episode to plug
the plug-in
shit.
Yeah, man. Yo, we still looking for a female host, man. So if y'all know somebody, get somebody, need somebody, help us out, bro.
Reach out, holler.
Word.
You can catch me at DM me at fucking Amari the God on Instagram.
And you can DM me at rmg.studio on Instagram, and we'll make it work, make it happen, yo. That's what it's about.
All right, man. Catch y'all later.
Deuces.
It's not a bad episode.